three intersecting circles is important for you to understand, especially if you're an early stage entrepreneur, you want to build a great business, but you're not sure of what kind of business to build. Or even if you have a business, but it feels like a drag, it feels like a struggle, something you don't enjoy, something you feel like you can never win at. The key is to understand that in order to build a great business, you must know what kind of business to build. And Jim Collins says you must be at the intersection of these three circles: what you're passionate about, what you can be best in the world, and what drives the economic engine. So let's discuss each of these in a little more detail. You see, passion, what you are deeply passionate about, is crucial to building a great business, because you can discover what you're passionate about. It's very difficult to manufacture passion or to motivate people who don't really passionately care about the topic that you are building a business around. So if you lack passion for a topic or a business, you will never persevere long enough. If you don't enjoy that topic, if you don't enjoy that business, you will never stick with it for the long term to get the results that you want. You will always be seeking opportunity. You'll be going from opportunity to opportunity to opportunity. For example, 2000 books. I have a deep passion for reading books, learning from those books, deconstructing books, simplifying the ideas, making them actionable, and teaching those ideas to the world. And that is why 2000 books exist today. So it's a fruit of passion. It's a labor of love, but it's a fruit of passion in many ways. And that's really important to understand. The second principle in the idea of the three intersecting circles is what you can be the best in the world at, what you can be the best at. And that best at idea is not just what you want to be the best at, but what you can be the best at. Because if you cannot be the best at your core business, then it is not going to be the organizing principle on which you will base your business. So being the best in the world is much more than just a core competency. You might have a core competency, but not necessarily the capacity to become the greatest at it. And conversely, there may be activities that you could become the best at, but for which you have no real competence. So if you can't be the best at it, you will never really feel like you're winning. You will never dominate the marketplace. Your customers will never stick around. For example, at 2000 books, one of the things I pride ourselves in is believing that we are the best at deconstructing books and making them easy to understand, and also getting you to take action on those ideas. We are the best at making them visual and completely deconstructing them, and also giving you perspective on those books. Why? Because I have personally read over 1,500 business and self-help books at this stage. And I believe very few people, not only in America, but in the world, have read that many business and self-help books. So it's very difficult for anyone to come in and make those connections between those ideas and books and really give you the perspective that we do at 2000 books. They cannot simplify at the level we can, or give you the perspective the way we can. So I'm not trying to be braggy about it. I'm not trying to be a braggart. I genuinely believe that we can be the best in the world at it, and we're consistently pursuing that dream. And as a former physicist and a computer engineer, I'm a very logical, very visual thinker, and I feel that inside the business, we have created a culture of systematic thinking, systematically breaking down books, bringing the perspective from other books, making the ideas visual. And not only that, we don't think of book summaries as something that is done in ivory towers, removed from the day-to-day life. So I'm constantly relating the knowledge from the books to how we're building 2000 books. So I'm not just giving you the good to great concepts as they exist in the book. I'm actually telling you how we're applying those principles on a day-to-day basis to build this business, how we apply those principles to build our lives, to make our lives better. So that is what makes our summaries so much more relatable, so much more real, so much more, I believe, so much more applicable. Because when you can see real life examples rather than examples of a company that you cannot relate with, you are more likely to be able to take action on those ideas. And not only that, I feel so much better knowing that I'm sharing something that I have actually been able to apply, that I've been able to learn and apply, rather than just sharing something for the sake of sharing something from a book that we read. So that is why I think we could be the best, we can be the best, and that's why I love doing 2000 books. All right, the next key, the next key of the three intersecting circles. The three intersecting circles, one is passion, one is what you can be the best at. The third is the economic engine. What drives the economic engine? You have to be able to see a path to monetization, because if you don't focus your business on things that can actually make money in the long term, you will ultimately run out of time, money, and resources to pursue the business. You have to understand what drives your economic engine. What is that one key performance indicator, the one one KPI that will make the needles go, in the sense that will really move the needle, that will move the dial. Look for that one key indicator that has the greatest impact. And that is not easy to understand when you are building in the early stages of the business, but someone who has walked the path can actually tell you what is the current KPI to work on, to focus on. The KPI will change over time as your business evolves. So really important to understand that. A lot of times people build a business just because they have the passion for it, or they have the skill for it, or they could be the best at it. But if they don't understand how the economic engine is going to be driven, how they will make money from the business, it's going to be really hard to make that business work. Okay, so as we understood, the key to building a great business is to focus on the intersection of the three things.